There was once a man named Lance, he was looking for a dance, had a club in mind, he was ready in advance, walked in the front door, prepared to finance a rather odd and peculiar sexual circumstance. He approached the floor, got someone's attention, asked any new hires with quite the apprehension, was told yeah, just one in a tone of condescension, and he went right off to find her, had to break his zipper's tension, found her ass with care so he wouldn't get slapped for a hot lap dance, followed by a heavy brap. She blushed and she nodded, yeah no problem, no cap, and she danced right up on him, took his brain right off the map. Dancing so slowly he thought that he'd take a nap, but before he changed his mind he felt a clap as right into his lap she took a big fat crap right on his ball sack. He exploded into panic, shook into his very core, shouted out, hey, this ain't what I paid for. And she looked at him confused even more than before. For what it's worth, the place really ain't a grocery store. She asked him to repeat his request and she stressed that he had just gotten a show, one of her best, and there ain't no refunds cause the dance itself was blessed by her mystic hip movements, her surprise vowel test, even though guys usually ask for that on their chest. Then he pulled her a little closer and he whispered his request, then she looked at him aghast, gobsmacked at his behest, then realized he wasn't joking lest she'd out his zest, for he didn't want her to shit, just a fart with no crest. No shit, just a fart with no crest. Up rap in the lap, up rap in the lap, up rap in the lap on his fucking ball sack. Up rap in the lap, up rap in the lap, up rap in the lap on his fucking ball sack. Dancing so slowly he thought that he'd take a nap, but before he changed his mind he felt a clap as right into his lap she took a big fat crap right on his ball sack. Dropped her face in her hands and she started to cry, realized it'd just be easier not to lie. Told the man she was hearing impaired, tried to comply with his outlandish desire, trying her best not to imply that the nature of the request had not to do with why she crapped in his lap, didn't fart, wouldn't deny that ruining this man's dance and made her wanna die. But Lance could feel her sadness, saw the tears in her eyes. Lance patted her back and he asked for her name, and she said she was Tracy. Lance told her he's the same, that his hearing was damaged from playing a loud video game, and he told her it ain't her fault, shouldn't feel any shame, and decided that it wasn't her he would blame because he thought that he had found his new flame. Dancing so slowly he thought that he'd take a nap, but before he changed his mind he felt a clap as right into his lap she took a big fat crap right on his ball sack. Tracy looked at him with tears in her eyes and was able to stuff her sobs, stifle her cries. She looked at Lance and realized that he's a prize, and she thought she'd pop a question as a surprise, cause Lance looked at her not like the other guys. Before either of them knew it, they were acting unwise and decided they'd get out, had a date to devise, the contents of which only God himself could surmise. Cause Lance and Tracy left, they said forever goodbyes, and the owner of the club just did nothing but sigh. Lance forever happy for Tracy became his wife, and together they thrived and they loved and survived. With no fart-filled lap dance was Lance ever deprived, though it's a lie that another turd never arrived. Dancing so slowly he thought that he'd take a nap, but before he changed his mind he felt a clap as right into his lap she took a big fat crap right on his ball sack. Up rap in the lap, up rap in the lap, up rap in the lap on his fucking ball sack. Up rap in the lap, up rap in the lap, up rap in the lap on his fucking ball sack. Dancing so slowly he thought that he'd take a nap, but before he changed his mind he felt a clap as right into his lap she took a big fat crap right on his ball sack. Up rap in the lap, up rap in the lap, up rap in the lap on his fucking ball sack. Up rap in the lap, up rap in the lap, up rap in the lap on his fucking ball sack. Up rap in the lap, up rap in the lap, up rap in the lap on his fucking ball sack. Up rap in the lap, up rap in the lap, up rap in the lap on his fucking ball sack. A friend's a friend who knows what taking a shit is or not. I was dreaming of a butt, it was your butt, and you shit it in the toilet, a shit donut. And I ate it cause you know I love you so much. My love for you is unreal, feel this moment. We're butt buddies to the end, give you my butt. If I shit it, would you dare eat my shit donut? If you asked me for my nuts, I would have no nuts. We're butt buddies to the end, no it's all love. A friend's a friend who knows what taking a shit is on a shitty friend. As friends we were always so close to each other's buttholes. Friends in life are shitty, won't you be my special shitty friend? Cause you're the friend that I've been shitting for. I asked you for a ball to play basketball, would you ball with me? I'll give you some Adderall. Cause your balling skills are frankly quite phenomenal, and your shitting skills are, well, astronomical. If I asked you for some balls, I mean both of your balls, would we dance forever in the Bud Buddy Hall? Would you give me both your balls in a nice little sack, even if I lack the tact to be nice when I friend's a friend who knows what taking a shit is on a shitty friend. As friends we were always so close to each other's buttholes. Friends in life are shitty, won't you be my special shitty friend? Cause you're the friend that I've been shitting for. I was dreaming of a butt, it was your butt, and you shit in the toilet, a shit donut, and I ate it cause you know I love you so much. My love for you's unreal, feel this moment. A friend's a friend who knows what taking a shit is on a shitty friend. As friends we were always so close to each other's buttholes. Friends in life are shitty, won't you be my special shitty friend? Cause you're the friend that I've been shitting for. A friend's a friend who knows what taking a shit is on a shitty friend. As friends we were always so close to each other's buttholes. Friends in life are shitty, won't you be my special shitty friend? Cause you're the friend that I've been shitting for. I used to think life was like a smorgasbord, or maybe some kind of soap opera score, or a kind of life that requires ropes and bombs and swords, but all's gone right since I met the dope overlord. I used to think life was like a smorgasbord, or maybe some kind of soap opera score, or a kind of life that requires ropes and bombs and swords, but all's gone strife since I met the dope overlord. I was a freshman in college, she called herself Sticky, but I really like to think that her name was really Vicky, like Sticky Vicky, kinda silly, point kinda moot, cause she had me going crazy over all of the loot. We killed 5 guys for a zipper of weed, and we laughed and we cried as we saw them all bleed. Then we jacked Peter Pan for a pint of pixie dust, then left his stupid ass in the dust. Then we fucked up Mickey Mouse back in 2015. Tell you what, bitch, the streets can be mean when you're 2 chicks carrying gawks for these fiends. Blood on the grass has a special kind of sheen, and Glocks raiding punks cause we're going so nice. Fuck people up with a roll of the dice. Feeling lucky? You should be. I got a revolver and a bitch of his sins, yeah, we were the absolvers. I used to think life was like a smorgasbord, or maybe some kind of soap opera score, or a kind of life that requires ropes and bombs and swords, but all's gone right since I met the dope overlord. I used to think life was like a smorgasbord, or maybe some kind of soap opera score, or a kind of life that requires ropes and bombs and swords, but all's gone strife since I met the dope overlord. Do, sell another ounce of blow. Do, sell another ounce of dope. Do, sell another ounce of coke. Do, sell another ounce of hope. I used used to think life was like a smorgasbord, or maybe some kind of soap opera score, or a kind of life that requires ropes and bombs and swords. But all's gone right since I met the dope overlord. I used to think life was like a smorgasbord, or maybe some kind of soap opera score, or a kind of life that requires ropes and bombs and swords. But all's gone strife since I met the dope overlord. I dreamt of a world and an empire enormous, but really all these thoughts, they felt to me formless. Maybe realistically I was really quite gormless. The dope overlord, she was typically monstrous. I was a goblin slave to the dope overlord, packing pistols in our foreigns and fords. Simply impossible that we'd be ignored by the feds and the goons and the lions that roar. And some dogs that don't bite, they don't put up a fight. And some cats that don't gab when you show them the light. I got violence in my eyelids cause she told me not to shake the keg too much, the beer will get foamy. And she had a little friend who she took to the end, cause straight back to hell with a shotgun she sent. Little Jimmy loved me on a whim of her own. I wonder if for my own sins I'll atone. Do, 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 sell another ounce of blow. Do, 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 sell another ounce of dope. Do, 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 sell another ounce of coke. Do, 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 sell another ounce of hope. Do, 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 tell me what's the real price of heads. Don't know if I know. Do, 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 tell me what's the real price of bread. Don't know if I know. Then it really came time for our boys to get pinched. You know, rabbits start talking when they start to get pinned, and dogs will start barking when you show them weapons. And yeah, I miss my Glock, but I really miss my friends. I start to wonder really where the fiction begins. I start to really wonder where the non-fiction ends. I wonder if this stuff really ever happened. I wonder if I'll pay for the weight of my sins, the weight of my pride, the weight of my baggage, the lack of my shame, the lack of my manners. I wonder why I blasted that kid in 02. Could've talked it out, but you know how it do. I wonder why I blasted myself in 19. I'm a little flower ghost and the streets are so mean. I think I did it all for the dope overlord, even though she threw me overboard. I used to think life was like a smorgasbord, or maybe some kind of soap opera score, or a kind of life that requires ropes and bombs and swords. But all's gone right since I met the dope overlord. I used to think life was like a smorgasbord, or maybe some kind of soap opera score, or a kind of life that requires ropes and bombs and swords. But all's gone strife since I met the dope overlord. I used to think life was like a smorgasbord, or maybe some kind of soap opera score, or a kind of life that requires ropes and bombs and swords. But all's gone right since I met the dope overlord. I used to think life was like a smorgasbord, or maybe some kind of soap opera score, or a kind of life that requires ropes and bombs and swords. But all's gone strife since I met the dope overlord. I go home, take off my makeup and wig and my funny little costume. God, I'm so sick, cause I'm not me when I'm him. My name's Pagliacci and the audience laughs as I cry and eat mochi. I go home, take off my makeup and wig and my funny little costume. God, I'm so sick, cause I'm not me when I'm him. And my name's Pagliacci and the audience laughs as I cook up some nochi. Took me way too long just to figure it out, why I tear out my hair and I shout, cause lovely little me's trapped in this body that I wear as if it's armor. Yeah, I'm Pagliacci, cry the tears of a clown and I feel quite insane, cause even my name should have been like Jane or Lily or Lucia, something like that. Feels like I go out with a funny little hat. Sorry sir, yeah I'm really sorry too, cause I couldn't convince all the likes of you. And I feel like a girl, yeah I feel like a girl, but unfortunately it's not so that the whole world could accept my soul. If I were to say I'm a woman, and besides all this there's just guys who are cumin to the thought of a girl with a dick. I got a dick, and if you didn't know, think you'd kill me or get sick. I go home, take off my makeup and wig and my funny little costume. God, I'm so sick, cause I'm not me when I'm him. My name's Pagliacci and the audience laughs as I cry and eat mochi. I go home, take off my makeup and wig and my funny little costume. God, I'm so sick, cause I'm not me when I'm him. And my name's Pagliacci and the audience laughs as I cook up some nochi.
The suit of armor metaphor I think carries weight, cause my name's something awful.
It's something like Nate,
when in reality it's something like Rosa or Jade. And I look back at the mess that I made. When you thought I was a dude, didn't mean to be rude. And I wonder if all the hurt I caused can be soothed. Probably not, but my name's Azalea, my name's Eris. Our name's really important, well my name isn't Ferris. Bueller never came back cause he is a she now, but she's always been she, had to figure it out. And I find it funny that I'd get heed rapping like this. Would it make more sense if I was rapping like this? Would it make more sense if I ripped off my dick and stomped it into the ground, hit it with my fists and hit it with a hammer and cut off my nuts too? Would that be enough, I mean, to convince you? Cause this ain't roleplay, baby. There ain't no ifs or buts or maybes. Cause this ain't roleplay, baby. You say dude look like a lady, but it ain't roleplay, baby. This dude is a lady. It ain't roleplay, baby. Cause this dude, she's a lady. I go home, take off my makeup and wig and my funny little costume. God, I'm so sick, cause I'm not me when I'm him. And my name's not Pagliacci and the audience laughs as I cry and eat mochi. I go home, take off my makeup and my wig and my funny little costume. God, I'm so sick, cause I'm not me when I'm him. And my name's not Pagliacci and the audience laughs as I cook up some nochi.
Okay, you know, this shit is so fucked up. Always they like, you shake the bottle, you think you got like 20, but how many do I really have? Like, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pop another red pill, though I've had my fill. So many red pills that it's me it might kill. When the red pill does the kill, there's no blood left to spill. Cause the red pill only red kills for the red thrill. Cause the red pill only red kills for the red thrill. And the red pill recognize my red kill skill. Hook into the matrix to fight Agent Smith. I'm gonna fuck him up with my giant dicks, massive width, and corrupt this program and put there by the Sith. Then I'll fuck him in the ass like a little fucking bitch. I met Neo, he was cool, hung out and we smoked a blunt, and together we decided we were going to confront the architect of the Matrix. For his ass we would hunt until we caught him up in a bad publicity stunt. Then I met the Oracle, she was also kinda cool, but after some shit she said I thought she was a fool. She said something about a plane crash, fuck, it was cruel. About the Twin Tower attack, huh? What a tool. After that I tried to see if I could get drunk, or if while in the Matrix I'd have to live like a monk, or if I could get shit-faced and act like a punk. And I ended up getting about as pissed as a skunk. Stayed up all night drinking, making room for the crunk. Where the fuck is a cord, bitch? I'm trying to dunk. Then I woke up hungover, had a bad headache, decided I was gonna take a break. I was getting fed up with how shit felt so fake. I think plugging in the Matrix might have been a mistake. I pulled out my Nokia, texted need some direction, but it turned out my phone didn't have no reception. If you wanna get out, there just ain't no exception. You need to use a phone, everything else is a misconception. Is doing transactions requires a modicum of protection. Need to get out cause I fraud my selections. I checked my pockets, they were empty, and I lost my wallet. Shit, I needed just enough to place a phone call to transmit my position to the operator and escape. But I was finding it harder than I cared to admit, cause the Matrix got my plan and opted to submit an injunction against my escape, then they would stop it. This was something I decided I would have to permit. Fuck. 67 years later, stuck in the Matrix, taking red pills every day to wake up from their trick. Work a job every day from 9 o'clock to 6, trying to get enough money to place a call they predict will let me escape into a brand new era of conflicts, for which I would volunteer as a conscript. Oh fuck, it's giving me a fucking fuck. God damn. Every time I think I have enough to go to the phone and try to place a call, but get deja vu, and I moan as I watch the prices triple. I am shown that never once a single bone on my throne. As I listen to the sound of the payphone tone, I grumble, hang up, and I head back home. Looks like I'm gonna have to get a little loan, or go home, take some red pills, get stoned. The Matrix has me good and it won't let me go. It'll be way easier just to say it ain't so, and just stop taking the red pill feel, cause I know that the blue pill is how I lean back, enjoy the show. As the stack begins to overflow, I then bestow upon the matrix my cooperation. I'm getting go. I'm letting go. Fuck it. Fuck it, I lied. Pop another red pill, though I've had my fill. So many red pills that it's me it might kill. When the red pill does the kill, there's no blood left to spill, cause the red pill only red kills for the red thrill. In the infinite halls of Olympia, there is a game known to many gods and goddesses as the game of chaos. It is the god Poseidon's favorite game. Eris, the goddess of strife, momentarily gives access to her prized pet, the messenger of chaos, leading to sometimes interesting results. Oi Eris, is she mic'd up already? I'm trying to...
Oh my god, just go already.
Loan your attention as I humbly forebode. Reveling in forces, the referee forfeits comfortably in the arse as a chode. And right about now, it's gonna explode.
I do beg your pardon, I'm gonna shit in your garden. And afterwards I'll piss in your yard. Then I'll refill your empty milk carton and begin to rapidly bargain. Yo. I only write lyrics when I'm mid-burp. It's the only way I know how to usurp all these vocal geniuses who I want to slurp. Smoke that dong like a bong. I wanna taste some terp like a canary in the coal mine. I don't wanna chirp it when it comes to eating conies. I'm your perp.
Yo, this beat is a bit strange, but I think whatever, I'll work with it. How much arse do you feed to the homeless, boneless cheeks? This anus be the onus, and if you're honest, anus be the bonus. So if you bonus, homes were out donuts. You heard arse like cattle, prepared for battle, bring the saddle, or I will have to tattle, spawn monsters like pterodactyl. This ain't a purse, it's my fucking asshole. No assel or assel off, no Pee Wee Herman jacking off. No penis could make me cough, no penis could ever be soft. Gag reflex game be on peak. Deep throat champ, training every day of the week. Like one time at summer camp, I used to wake up in sheets that were hella damp.
It's impeccable, the length and strength of the foreskin. Within my heart it feels like space-time with a slow spin. Squeezing and tugging at it like a cosmic clothespin, until it gets to a point where I'm looking for a spokesman.
What the fuck are you two talking about? Shut the fuck up before I come right in your mouth. Guard your face on a tour around the phallus. Yonder dead before the cum chalice. Unzip pants and here comes the Philip extract from the chode. My genetic code syrup you both, then proceed to have the worst rappers battle over which of the two can fat faster. Pattern cause they're both out of shape, the fat bastards. Sure enough the old room will end up jizz plastered.
Certified real moment caught in the screenshot. Didn't know a Discord rap could ever get this hot. All of a sudden the rap's about cum. I love that a lot. It's my favorite part of using the computer after smoking pot. Yeah. The penis between us, as obscene as it is, has a lot to offer if you're hungry for jizz. Nutsack impact with an instant replay. Slow motion testes, unprepared for D-Day. It's easy to see why kids love the fucking taste of internet fame when the nuts get defaced. Hershey had a hasty iced. Is our way had to pay the price. Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear, known to make the asshole tear. Fucking up ain't fucking rare, fuck with Fuzzy if you dare. Oh, I dare. I've been Fuzzy Wuzzy over and I stuck it in his ass. My very big penis has the multi-pass. Fuzzy Wuzzy started to show me some sass, so I began to do something I describe as crass. Today I woke up in a total state of shock, cause I had a bad dream where a monster ate my cock, and I was pleased to find it where I left it still docked. Let me tell you, giant penises motherfucking rock. The dream involved a giant beast with horns and scales, and many other advanced and rich details. But trying to name them all, my memory fails, as in comparison to its description, my brain power fails. The monster had big eyes and long sharp fangs, and it had a Karen cut, but it also had bangs, and its ominous cry was like a dying rabbit's clangs. Oh shit. Transmission failure, that's what they'll say when I split on the mic. That's right on NBC today. Last night with my AK finger right on the trigger, hanging on the corner. I was hanging with my fucking nigga. I
know Kung Fu, yeah, I know Kung Fu. I think that I will teach it, I will teach it to you. Cause I know Kung Fu, yeah, I know Kung Fu. And I know this girl, she taught me and she knows that Kung Fu. Cause I know Kung Fu, yeah, I know Kung Fu. Do you know this girl named Eris? She taught me that Kung Fu. Yeah, I know Kung Fu, yeah, I know Kung Fu. I know Kung Fu, yeah, I know Kung Fu. Dormant orphans morphing enormous, Morpheus molded formulaic yet formless monsters. Molasses and bastards, they stay fiending for masters. Molly-coddled models, ketchup and mustard. Yeah, shibboleth and everything and nothing. I got cousins, I got brothers but no mothers. And yet still I'm never fussing. And I know this girl, she Russian. I got love up in my stomach. I know nothing but I'm something. And I'm running and I'm rushing. I'm a foreign fucking alien. I got strange because it's written right into my eyelids. I got kitchens in my mittens. I stop bullets, I stop time. And I fuck the world in half. And the shotty with the molly. I get rowdy when I blast at half mast with a bony like I'm stonied eating conies. And I'm rapping on the freeway freestyle. Free my phonies.
Pony, pony, mister, have you seen my pony? Thoughts at speed of light, cause I stay so fucking lonely.
I know Kung Fu, yeah, I know Kung Fu. I think that I will teach it, I will teach it to you. Cause I know Kung Fu, yeah, I know Kung Fu. And I know this girl, she taught me and she knows that Kung Fu. Yeah, I know Kung Fu, yeah, I know Kung Fu. Do you know this girl named Eris? She taught me that Kung Fu. Cause I know Kung Fu, yeah, I know Kung Fu. I know Kung Fu, yeah, I know Kung Fu.
Everyone is fighting Kung Fu style. I got membrane, uronic, so damn wild. Flower child mastermind, you know I still keep that 9. Vibing with the homies and I think that I'm seeing signs awaken in my brain. I got lovely leaving thoughts and when she called me leaving, she popped my brain right off. Took a crayon
and wrote on the inside of my mind. As if I still had the time, as if I could be so fine.
As if I were not deranged, as if I were not so kind. Ultra violence in my soul and it feels a fucking hole. Cause I filled it fucking whole, then I jacked up, became swole. Gators, Seminoles, cheaping pulls at Super Bowls.
Impregnating minds with a fifth of alcohol. I went nuts back in 05, cut my nuts off with a knife. Then I hooked up with Erisburg, made some songs of strife. And I really asked myself, what am I doing with my life? I know Kung Fu, do you know Kung Fu? I think I will teach it to you. Cause
I know Kung Fu, yeah, you know Kung Fu. And I know this girl, she taught me and she knows that Kung Fu. Cause I know Kung Fu, do you know Kung Fu? Do you know this girl named Eris? She taught me that Kung Fu. I know Kung Fu, do you know Kung Fu? Cause
I know Kung Fu, yeah, I know Kung Fu.
Show me.
Knocks out everybody and no one can whoop him. That's when that little Cassius Clay from Louisville, Kentucky came up and stopped Sonny Liston, the man who annihilated Floyd Patterson twice. He was gonna kill me.
Getting fisted while he wears those boxing gloves. Turns out that's just how Ollie loves. No chocolates or turtle doves, just elbow deep, love-filled shows.
I keep telling him that it's too rough.
Ollie smirks and says that I need to get tough, since he wants me to master the butt box and stuff. But I tell him that I think I've had enough, and he sighs and he gives my whole one last shove. Ollie shakes and stumbles, gives my insides the rumbles as he rips the boxing glove right out of my butthole. He nicks both my kidneys, then he begins to fumble, cause it's the last time for a butt box, and I hear him grumble. Now he's exited my insides. Ollie's making great strides on my internal organs. His glove still glides as he retracts his elbow all the way. Suddenly he decides that this is the rightful home for where his glove resides, and back all the way in his powerful fist slides. Listen peacefully against both my lungs, he slowly guides. In it, the butt boxing trio have become brides.
That's right, I have wrestled with an alligator, I done tussled with a whale, I done handcuffed lightning, throw thunder in jail. That's bad. Only last week I murdered a rock, injured a stone, hospitalized a brick. I'm so mean I make medicine sick. Man, dude. Yeah. Fast. Last night I cut the light off my bedroom, hit the switch, was in the bed before the room was dark. Incredible. Fast.
Ollie tells me in my dreams that he is quite the gamer, though I took him for a boxer. A gamer is tamer. Some people on the street might think that it's lamer, but a person's fun hobbies don't need a disclaimer. In the middle of the night he tells me something kinda whack about how he needs my help growing his expansion pack. So I looked him in the eyes and I took a puff of crack, and I told him that I'll help him get his growth on track. Did you know your granny's a baddie, smoking on a fatty and hanging with a laddie and a lass both named Patty outside the strip club, looking all sorts of ratty. Wait until 5 5 a.m. to get a ride back home from daddy. Getting fisted while he wears those boxing gloves. Turns out that's just how all he loves. No chocolates or turtle doves, just elbow deep, love-filled shoves. Getting fisted while he wears those boxing gloves. Turns out that's just how all he loves. No chocolates or turtle doves, just elbow deep, love-filled shoves. I got nipples like pepperoni, they're chewed on by my homie, cause I told him he owes me for the trip to Barcelona. Instead he tried to blow me cause he likes my dongaroni, even though I try to tell him that my dick is mostly phony. And I said that I had it donated by a pony. Beef cycle, the meat-based disciple, ripe for survival and prone to recycle. Homies say when I take a shit that it's fucking tribal. I'm just dropping a log, not looking for a rival. Let's cut to the chase, yeah, I'm trying to get fisted in the directory of fist and seekers, trying to get listed. I got fisted, nothing felt quite as good as this did. And I really hope my sentiment don't get all too twisted, cause that's what happened the last time that I insisted that this deep-rooted feeling down inside of me existed. Butt boxing, it's time for some foxing. You're gonna be blown away by what I'm concocting, a recipe for chaos. Some would argue that it's mocking those who have trouble knowing when they should stop talking. Foreskin made of leather, they call it the Diamondback. 69,000 pounds of tensile strength, no slack. Got a hammer to my dick tip, shit was so whack. They kicked me out of Denny's and said not to come back. All I did was clog the toilet with a raunchy smell. They got super pissed off, said ma'am, that's a urinal. I don't care, I have rights, I know them all. It's my God-given right to behave like a liberal. They threw me out, so then I called my friend Ali, and I told him that I needed to buy Somali. He asked me, are you asking me cause I'm Somali? I reassured my friend that he's my favorite tamale, and he sold me an 8th of Mali and took a trip to Bengali. Getting fisted while he wears those boxing gloves. Turns out that's just how all he loves. No chocolates or turtle doves, just elbow deep, love-filled shoves. Getting fisted while he wears those boxing gloves. Turns out that's just how all he loves. No chocolates or turtle doves, just elbow deep, love-filled shoves.
You, George Foreman, all you chumps are gonna bow when I whoop him. All of you. I know you got him. I know you got him picked, but the man's in trouble.